What's up, YouTube? It is Th3RadMan, and welcome to my first unboxing overview of the Corsair AX850 Gold power supply. They're part of their professional series, which means it has a very smooth electricity flow rate and is gold, which is very nice. The second highest efficiency. So as you can see, it's the 850 watt. Just going around the box, you don't see much. On the back, you see their different connectors, such as a 24-pin PCIe, and then their CPU power connectors. It tells you what they get, which you will see in a minute. You can see down here the different graphs, such as the noise. Once it hits a 425 watt load, which is actually pretty high wattage for a basic system, is when a fan begins vamping up. And then it starts getting bad at about 680, maybe about 650 or 625. But that's about the worst you'll probably go on a basic system, especially if you only have one graphics card, which is what I'm going to be using for now. But you will see in the future I will be upgrading to 2. Here you can see the efficiency. It's 80 plus gold, and it peaks at about, I would say, 92%. It's lowest on the 1115 VAC, which is what it says. It's 88%. That's the lowest. Otherwise, it's about 89%. It can support a total of 70 amps on the one rail at a max of 840 watts. And a total with the other little additions, it equals up to 850. Now, if you look on the top here, you see that has an insane 7-year warranty. The camera will focus. For some reason it's not. But you can see it is a 7-year warranty because Corsair is amazing and they really stand behind their products. So let's get into the inside of this. It's a very hefty box. If this will slide out, maybe I should peel these back first. One moment. It's a little stuck. Okay, let's see if we can do it this way. No, it says we take that. Okay, so we finally got it open. It was a little stuck, but we were able to open it. And on the inside, you see they're more. That doesn't sound good. They're more traditional, just brown package. And just for fun, since I'll have to open this tube, which it slides out here, but I need to break that seal, I'm going to have some fun and pull out the big knife. And I pull out the bigger knife than another unboxer and reviewer, just to beat him. And comment if you know who he is. Okay, so you open it up. You have your just manual for your 650, 750, 850, and 1200 watt power supply. The only difference is the amount of connectors, and then there's the 1200i, but that's different because you can control like the fan watt speed and those various connector parts. It has a nice, flexible, not too thick power cord, which is nice. So that way, if you have to get in tight areas, it won't be too hard. Just standard. What else? You have some zip ties, some really small ones, and a Corsair case badge. It's upside down. You can see right there. Underneath, very soft packaging, so that way it's like impossible this thing will get damaged. I mean, like, look at this. There's like nothing that's going to get hurt in there. You have an insane amount of cables, which we will get to back in a minute. And we are going to first look at the power supply. So it's just comes in this soft package, so nothing will get damaged, and it's sealed with some plastic on the inside, which makes it a little bit hard to open. But otherwise, there we go. Just take that off, take the bag off, and here's what it looks like from the top. You can see it has a 120mm fan. It's very smooth. You can see on the inside the heat sinks are actually pretty nice. They're small, so that way they don't, these power supplies, since they're so efficient and high quality, they don't produce too much heat unlike some other really low end value ones. Probably some of the eco-friendly ones, they probably don't work very well since they're super low wattage. AX850, it's just printed right on, no stickers. On the bottom, you can see all their different max load, max ampage, just basic stuff. See, both sides have this. And on the business end, you have all of your different connectors. And this is where it gets a little bit complex, which I'll show you in a minute why. And finally on the back, I'll show you this way. Stop a cat. It has your standard power connector and a power switch with your honeycomb grill, so that way you get more airflow in with the fan and it's easier to dissipate. And we will put this off to the side, and time to lift their big bag of cables, which is just a Velcro soft bag with a lot of cables. So let's start looking at these. I will turn that way so that you can see the actual end that we're going to be looking at. Okay, so here's where it gets a little bit complex. Here's your 20 plus 4-pin connector with 2 separate connectors. This is the actually most simple, odd part. So let's see how it connects. Probably have to stand that up. This one connects right here, if you can see. It will go in. Okay, there we go. Clips in. Then you have your other one, which goes up here. That one also just clips straight in, if we can get it. It's a little tight with still the, what's that, little strap that holds it all. Okay, now we have all of our other connectors. There are a few variations that you can go through, but otherwise it's pretty standard. You have your CPU supplemental set power, or no, 2 PCIe, 6 plus 2 pins that connects to 1 outlet. You have here's your power, CPU power, 4 plus 4 connecting to 1 outlet, which here is where you have a bunch of options between the two. Here are your other 2 PCI 6 plus 2 power connectors, and this is where I could show you. Oh yeah, there's also this final 4 plus 4 pin for your CPU, and this is what you can do. You can either connect both of the PCI ones, which are these two. You can either connect both of these and one of these, so you have a super overclocking CPU with up to 4 high-end graphics cards, or 2 7990s, which was the Devil 13 version. No, not even, yeah, 2 of those actually. No, actually one of those, and if you get the higher wattage version, then you can get the better ones. Or you can have 2 of these for the CPU and 1 or 2 high-end graphics cards. It all depends on what you're going for. Now you have all of your, here are 2 Molex 2 floppy adapters if you're using an old motherboard or you need very low power. Very standard. There's my fat cat, he's really weird sometimes. Let's see. You have a bunch of SATA. You have a 2 SATA plug, another 2 SATA plug, a 4 SATA plug, and another 4. So you could have up to 12 hard drives or optical drives, which is insane. Here are your Molex connectors. You have a 4 Molex connector and another 4 Molex connector. And these all just depend, like the CPU and graphics cards connectors, it all depends on your setup. You have various options. But here are all of your cables. You have a lot of them. And even more with like the 1200 watt, which has a lot more since you could go with like quad graphics cards. Or I'd go with triple and get a higher power supply with quad. But that's my overview of the Corsair AX850 power supply. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. See ya.